this is Marina from Dance Star Astrology, bringing you your Gemini 2020 horoscope. These are the highlights. The whole thing is on the website, so come to that if you want to get hold of the ebook. So to give you an idea, for Gemini this year, the focus for you is working on exercising your inner demons. This will be reflected in the number of people that you strike from your contacts in your outer world too. Your zeal for your own spiritual draining of the swamp will be assisted by Uranus, the awakening planet, who continues his residence in your mystical zone for the next 6 years. This is a perfect time to embark on a metaphysical mission for self-improvement. So if you can take time out for intense psychological study, so much the better. But if like 99% of us, you have to earn a crust, then your daily life will provide you with enough fodder to work your own soul's evolution. Look out for synchronicity and signs, because the universe will be speaking to you loud and clear. If this screams demoned, then it is demoned, in fact, so don't ignore the warnings on the side of the tin. The biggest and most potent aspect of the year that really encapsulates this profound inner transformation is Jupiter conjunct Pluto, falling into your taboo 8th house, along with all the other Capricorn stellium planets this year. The so-called millionaires aspect could come through legacy, inheritance, or your partner coming into a huge amount of money. This might put it might put you in a bit of a double bind if you were thinking of leaving an abusive relationship, and then, whoa, this errant spouse suddenly makes you an offer you can't refuse. So your keywords this year, Gemini, are mystical experiences, inheritance, purging demons, resisting temptation, dark Cupid flings, poetic mergers, and crystallizing dreams. So going back to the errant spouse making an offer you can't refuse, now, I mean, this could be a once-in-a-lifetime cruise or your dream house that were constantly being used as a carrot to bind you, but now they're actually on the table. Spiritually, however, you say to yourself, you've evolved past this materialism, or have you? This year, you'll be tested with forbidden fruit in the shape of glittery baubles or the fleshy orbs of the body. So let's just look quickly at your the transits of Saturn, Jupiter, Ceres and Lilith. So Saturn for you this year, these are your challenges, and this is a year where you may have to face death in some form or another, and it's most likely to occur around the Saturn conjunct Pluto on January the 12th, where the two planets of endings meet. Don't be alarmed. Saturn in your 8th house does not mean that you're going to die, but the death of someone around you could force you to confront feelings about your own mortality. What is your legacy, and what will you leave to your children? The Persephone conjunction on January the 13th of Ceres conjunct Pluto could have you feeling abducted, and you might be pressurized by your abductor into leaving someone or something behind. Maybe you're faced with the choice of having to relocate far from your family. So that's one option. Now Jupiter is your blessings and your growth, and Jupiter's going to travel alongside Saturn in this taboo, debt and psychological zone of your chart practically all year. And the main thing you have to worry about really is borrowing too much and not investing it wisely. Lenders will very likely to offer you more than you bargained for, but this does not mean that you have to take 100% of that's promised to you. Be careful that there are no ulterior motives with this apparent generosity. Having said that, there are some times where you shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth. Saturn conjunct South Node on January the 8th will be one instance where you get some well-earned karmic payback from a benefactor. You have this Persephone conjunction in Capricorn on January the 13th, and sorry to sound like a broken record, but this is quite a dangerous conjunction to have in your house of the taboo. You will be tested with the forbidden fruit of a dark Cupid. If you want to know more about the dark Cupid energy, I've got a whole post on that, and there's a link in the article as well on the website. So with the Black Moon Lilith, the majority of the year, it will be in Aries. So Lilith, through the house of friendship and wishes, will sort out which contacts are on your wavelength and which ones are not. Now when Mars joins Lilith from June the 28th to October the 20th, this will make you even more decisive when it comes to choosing who you spend your time with, and Mars can heat up lingering tensions during this time as well. So if you're not able to be authentic with your closest companions, you may find yourself getting impatient and bored with them. So with Mars and Venus, your love, passion and ambition, they're the two retrogrades this year. Now, I'll just give you a quick sneak preview of those. The Venus retrograde will actually be in your own sign, and that means you will get the grace of the planet of love for an extra long time over the randy springtime and into the sultry summer. This, of course, could be a good or bad thing, since you have the influence of the taboo 8th house as well, being so strong. So if you're married, you could be tempted into having an affair with an ex. So keep that chastity belt on. Mars this year in Aries will make it extra powerful, but for you it's in quite a safe zone, thank God. It means that you will put a great deal of energy into friendships and socializing, and it'll also give you the opportunity to network and replace the slimy old stock of contacts you might still have. Go on, bin the stinky lot of them. They have overstayed their welcome. Mars is great for being quite ruthless in its weeding out and pruning. So I also look at the decans for you as well. So here's a taster of what you have in store in 2020. So Gemini Decan 1, this is birthdays May the 21st to the 31st. You get the Saturn trine on and off, the Jupiter trine on and off, and the lunar eclipse in your sign. So the useful Saturn trine will help ground any ambitious projects this year, especially towards the end when you get the boost of Jupiter at the same time in Aquarius. So otherwise, it's quite a pretty easygoing year where you've got the eclipse in your own sign. That does not really upset relationships. In fact, it actually might solidify one for you. And you're blessed by the supreme structure of Saturn while this trine is in effect. But you will need to build on it so that you can keep this framework for the future. Trines are gifts, but they're so often taken for granted and not banked. So for Gemini Decan 2, your birthdays, that's May the 31st to June the 9th. So you get the Neptune square and that's on and off, and the lunar eclipse opposition. Again, come to the website to find the exact dates. Not much going on for Gemini 2 this year, I'm afraid, in terms of the outers, but you do get that square from Neptune, which is actually best sipped neat without the added confusion of the other planets. This means that unless you have some crazy progressions going on internally, you can spend the entire year navel gazing. Obviously, in the world we live in, unless you're retired with a good pension or married to a millionaire, this might actually be quite hard to do. Gemini Decan 3, you get the Pluto quincunx all year, the Neptune square on and off, and the lunar eclipse opposition. So like I just said for Gemini Decan 2, it is pretty quiet in terms of transits. However, with such a build-up of Capricorn Decan 3 forming a quincunx to your decan, I have a feeling that you'll get a sense of that striving and adjusting energy that does come with a quincunx. So most astrologers won't even count a quincunx as a transit, but I found it pretty significant if at times it becomes triggered into becoming a yod. And that's two twin quincunxes making a pointy long triangle, which is sometimes called the finger of God. But anyway, if you want to know more about that, come to the website, get the full book, the ebook, which is 5,000 words, and it has all the decans, the decan section as well, much more detailed, and all for $395. So thanks for listening, and see you on the website. Bye bye.